Good afternoon, my name is Colin Mackin. In 2013, a movie called The Wolf of Wall Street was released depicting a story of a man running an investment firm who was charged with money laundering and securities fraud. It is up to the auditor to stop these offenses before they happen. All of you throughout your life will need to invest some sort of money. I've studied accounting for several years and have had multiple jobs in the accounting industry. The world of finance and accounting has developed over time, and it is up to the auditor to make sure all these rules and regulations are being followed. Throughout my speech, I will discuss three main points: the job description of an auditor and the role that he or she plays in the workplace. Next, I will discuss the need for auditors and how their role has become more important than ever. Lastly, I will discuss the types of pressures that an auditor is under to fix books and the types of crimes that can be stopped or an auditor can either be charged with. Have you ever been caught doing something that you weren't supposed to? Well, it's the auditor's job to check for completeness and correctness of all financial statements. They also prepare and examine business records and ensure that all records are accurate and that taxes are being paid on time. Also, to assess operations to make sure that the business is being run efficiently. They also work with the accounting department to ensure faithful representation of all statements. They also hold employees accountable for their actions. Now that we've looked at what an auditor does, let's move into why we need auditors. The need for auditors has become more important than ever. Why? Because white-collar crimes happen very frequently. Auditors help fix problems made during and outside the reporting process. They also provide explanations for all reporting that can be helpful for all current and future investors and creditors. Auditors are also the last people to review financial statements. Therefore, they are held accountable for any incorrect information. New regulations and laws are being proposed frequently, and it is up to the auditor to know how these laws and regulations will affect their company. But illegal actions keep occurring, therefore that's why we need auditors. Now that we've seen the roles of auditors, let's move into the pressures that auditors are under. There are many types of pressures that an auditor is under to either fix books. Have you ever been pressured to do something that you knew was wrong? Well, an auditor is pressured to fix books, say, and they're pressured by executives in the company or even higher ups, and they're bribed by money and often promotions within the company. But these crimes have very big expenses. The types of crimes that they can be charged with is money laundering, fraud. Sometimes they overstate revenues and assets or even understate liabilities and expenses. The types of crimes that they can be charged with and the times is often 10 years at a minimum to 150 years and $170 billion in restitution charges. In closing, the world of finance and accounting has developed over time, and it is up to the auditor to make sure all these rules and regulations are being followed. I've discussed three main points in this speech: the job description of an auditor and the role that they play in the workplace. Next, I discussed the need for auditors and how their job in the company has become more important than ever. Lastly, I discussed the types of pressures that an auditor is under to fix books, also the types of crimes that can be committed and they can be charged with. Next time you see a white-collar crime, know that it could have been stopped.